Hey humans, and welcome to Read to Me, Matt Dunn. I'm Matt Dunn, and I'm going to read to you. We are reading Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. We are on Chapter 12. Chapter 12. Part 1. I now hasten to the more moving part of my story. I shall relate events that impressed me with feelings which from what I was have made me what I am. Let that one sink in. I'm gonna express the feelings for you from what I was have made me what I am. Fucking figure that out. Spring advanced rapidly. The weather became fine, and the skies cloudless. It surprised me that what before was desert and gloomy should now bloom with the most beautiful flowers and verdure. My senses were gratified and refreshed by 1,000 scents of delight and 1,000 sights of beauty. Fuck yeah! It was on one of these days when my cottagers periodically rested from labor. The old man played his guitar, and the children listened to him. I observed that the countenance of Felix was melancholy, beyond expression. He sighed frequently, and once his father paused in his music, and I conjectured by his manner that he inquired the cause of his son's sorrow. Way to go, Felix. Fucking jackass. Your father's playing you some music, and you're all like, He's like, everybody's having fun, and then you're just like, I'm sorry? Can I help you with something? Felix replied in a cheerful accent, and the old man was recommencing his music when someone tapped at the door. Oh my God, there was a tap at the door. See, I thought they were lounging outside, but in fact they were lounging inside. The beauty of everything was just, I guess the talk of the outside confused me, and I get that It was a lady on horseback, accompanied by a countryman as a guide. The lady was dressed in a dark suit and covered with a thick black veil. Agatha asked a question, to which the stranger only replied by pronouncing in a sweet accent the name of Felix. Her voice was musical, but unlike that of either of my friends. On hearing this word, Felix came up hastily to the lady, who, when she saw him, threw up her veil, and I beheld a countenance of angelic beauty and expression. Her hair of a shining raven black and curiously braided. Her eyes were dark, but gentle although animated. Her features of a regular proportion, and her complexion wondrously fair. Each cheek tinged with a lovely tint. Boo-boo, a boo-boo. But she's all in black. All black, raven black hair, pale as the fucking snow that falls and kills everything. And she's got the little bit of a rosy cheeks go pinch. Felix seemed ravished with delight when he saw her. Every trait of sorrow vanished from his face, and it instantly expressed a degree of ecstatic joy of which I could hardly have believed it capable. His eyes sparkled as his cheeks flushed with pleasure, and at that moment I thought him as beautiful as the stranger. Ooh. She appeared affected by different feelings. Wiping a few tears from her lovely eyes, she held out her hand to Felix, gave him the palm. He kissed it. Oh, hey, what's up? Who kissed it Okay, she held out her hand to Felix, who kissed it rapturously and called her, as well as I could distinguish, his sweet Arabian. He kissed it rapturously and called her, as well as I could distinguish, his sweet Arabian. That's it. There we go. Got it. She did not appear to understand him, but smiled. He assisted her to dismount and, dismissing her guide, conducted her into the cottage. Some conversations took place between him and his father, but the young stranger knelt at the old man's feet and would have kissed his hand, but he raised her and embraced her affectionately. I soon perceived that, although the stranger uttered articulate sounds and appeared to have a language of her own, she was neither understood by nor herself understood the cottagers. They made signs which I did not comprehend, but I saw that her presence diffused gladness through the cottage, dispelling their sorrow as they can, as the sun dissipates. Oof, my God, my words are going in different directions here. The sun, it dissipates. The morning's mist. Felix seemed particularly happy, and with smiles of delight welcomed his Arabian. Agatha, the ever gentle Agatha, kissed the hands of the lovely stranger, and, pointing to her brother, made signs which appeared to me to mean that she had been sorrowful until she came, that he had been sorrowful until she came. Some hours passed thus, while they, by their countenance, expressed joy, the cause of which I did not comprehend. Presently, I found, by the frequent reoccurrence of one sound which the stranger repeated after them, that she was endeavoring to learn their language. And the idea instantly occurred to me that I should make use of the same instructions to the same end. Wow, how convenient. How convenient indeed. The stranger learned about 20 words at the first lesson. Most of them indeed were those which I had before understood, but I profited by the others. As night came on, Agatha and the Arabian retired early. When they separated, Felix kissed the hand of the stranger and said, "Good night, sweet Safi." Safi, like Safi. Good night, sweet Safi. Safi? Hey there, Safi. Good night, Safi. Thanks for coming. He sat up much longer, conversing with his father, and by the frequent repetition of her name, I conjectured that their lovely guest was the subject of their conversation. I hope so. That's a good deduction, but they could be talking about something else, and they have Tourette's that just like, you know, I was making a pie the other night, and Alfie, or Safi, and I was putting the peas into the pie tin, Safi, but honestly, I think I was just making the wrong pie. Safie. I'm gonna call her Safie because that's actually, I think, how it's spelled. And everyone's safe saying Safie. Yeah. Okay, I ardently desired to understand them and bent every fucking factual faculty towards that purpose. But found it utterly impossible. Me too. Me too. I can't even speak your words. The next morning, Felix went to his work, and after the usual occupations of Agatha were finished, the Arabian sat at the feet of the old man and, taking his guitar, played some airs so entrancing. Okay. Entrancingly beautiful that they at once drew tears of sorrow and delight from my eyes. She sang, and her voice flowed in a rich cadence, swelling or dying away, like a nightingale in the woods. When she had finished, she gave the guitar to Agatha, who at first declined it. She played a simple air, and her voice accompanied it in sweet accents, but unlike the wondrous strain of the stranger. The old man appeared enraptured and said some words which Agatha endeavored to explain to Safie, and by which he appeared to wish to express that he bestowed on him the greatest delight in music, in her music specifically. The days now passed as peaceably as before, with the sole alteration that joy had taken the place of sadness in the countenance of my friends. Good, I didn't have to do anything. Safie was always gay and happy, and she and I improved rapidly in knowledge of the language, so that in 2 months I began to comprehend most of the words uttered by my protectors. In the meanwhile, also, the black ground was covered with herbage, and the green banks interspersed with innumerable flowers, sweet to the scent and the eyes. Ooh, but the touch not so sweet. Stars of pale radiance among the moonlight woods. The sun became warmer, the nights clear and balmy, and my nocturnal rambles were an extreme pleasure to me, although they were considerably shortened by the late setting and early rising of the sun, for I never ventured abroad during daylight, fearful of meeting with the same treatment as I formerly endured in the first village which I entered. Well, that was an amazing story. It was like the best. Every one of these, they're the best. So listen, if you wish for me to keep reading, please check out more of my videos. Like, subscribe, and write some comments down below. And we will be friends, I promise. Promises. Promises are meant to be kept, or else why make them? Promises.